It's story time, y'all. So let me wipe my brow. Make sure I'm not shining and glistening over here. Because it is another warm one. It's an 80. It ain't that bad. I'm exaggerating if I say it's hot. But so today, and some of my clients have already heard me tell this story, but they're going to hear it again. So one of my new clients, and I feel bad about saying this. I do, but this is almost how you can tell when you're getting older. Like the first time I knew I was getting older is when my clients, like when I was younger, and keep in mind, I've been doing this since 1990. I've been in this business over 35 years. When I was younger, my clients would ask me, for instance, could I do this? Could I do this instead of doing this? Like, for instance, could I do this exercise instead of doing that exercise? And when I was younger, I would like give into it. I would like, yeah, that's fine. Even if I didn't necessarily want to, I was more appeasing to my clients when I was younger. And the first sign I knew I was getting older is when my clients would ask me and I would say, no, you can't do that. If you could do that, I would have told you you could do it. I have gotten really just straightforward with clients. And just not, I don't want to say not caring, but it's like you hired me for my expertise. Don't go trying to change things. Like, we're going to do it my way, because if your way worked, we wouldn't be sitting here talking. So, and I know some of you guys that are watching this video that may have been considering hiring me as a coach might be reconsidering that now. But as I've gotten older, it's just gotten more straightforward. And I just tell clients, no, that's not what we're doing. We're doing this because you hired me not to do it your way, but to do it my way. So that was like the first time I knew I was getting older. And that was maybe like 10 years or so ago. And just today, was it today? Yeah, today. One of my new clients, she just signed on with me. And we just realized that, we talked this morning and I told her, I said, I don't think this is going to be, I don't think I'm the right fit for you as a coach. And she said to me, we were talking, and she said to me, because, we talked about diet and all of that. And I tell my clients, I'm going to create a meal plan for you. And your job is to follow it and to track what you do. So she was like, you haven't even asked me what I like to eat. And this is how I know I was getting old. I'm getting older. I said to her, I don't care what you like to eat. That's why I didn't ask, because I don't care. I said to her, for the last 30 years, you've been eating what you like to eat, and that's why you're 100 pounds overweight. I said, we're going to do things my way, because if your way worked, we wouldn't be on this call right now. And I said, that's why I didn't ask what you like to eat, because what you like to eat is what's gotten you on this call with me right now, being 100 pounds overweight. And there was silence on the phone, but there was nothing said after that in terms of her being unhappy with my comment. And at the point, I really didn't care. And then because it was how I felt. And then after I got off the call with her, I kind of felt bad about saying it the way I said it. But I was like, man, I'm getting old, man. That's how, because I remember when I was younger, and we remember, and you probably remember too, if you're, over the age of 40. the grumpy old man. And I said, am I becoming the grumpy old man that me and my friends when we were younger that we used to make fun of? Am I becoming that grumpy old man? So I laughed to myself afterwards, and I've talked to a bunch of my clients about this. And so this client, she reached out to me today, and I reached out to her, and then she responded just to check in to see how she was doing. And I had completely forgot about the fact that I had even said that on the call. So she said to me, what did she say to me? I wish I was looking at her message right now. But she said to me, I appreciate your professionalism, but, she said, I felt that you lacked heart. She said there was even a point in the conversation, during my first initial coaching call with clients, I'm normally very serious because I'm trying to get all of the information. So there's not a lot of, and you guys have probably seen from watching these videos, I do a lot with my hands, and I'm very expressive when I talk, and I smile a lot. I'm not very serious normally, but on my first coaching call with clients, I'm often more serious than normal. And she even said to me during the call, she said, she was like, it's all right, you can smile. Because I guess she was trying to lighten the mood. And I'm so focused on trying to get the what and the why and the motivation, and to talk to her about the program and how we're going to work together and all of this and that I guess I was so focused that, my clients that have been with me for a while, they know I like to laugh and I like to joke and I like to, do all of that. So she had mentioned that. She's like, she's like, you were very professional. And this was all through text. I haven't actually talked. I didn't do another call with her. This was all through text. So she was like, no, I appreciate your professionalism, and I can tell you know what you're doing, but it felt like you lacked heart. She was like, there was even a point in the conversation, which I just mentioned, that she said, I even said that, you could smile. It's okay, you could smile. So I said to her, you know what? I don't think this is going to be a good fit, because I could already tell, and if she watches this video, that's fine. I said, I could already tell that this is probably not going to go well. I think we're gonna have more clashing and bumping heads than is productive to you reaching your goals. So, I kind of, canceled out her program. Gave her a refund, and that's it. I want to work with people that I want to work with. And the good thing is, being, where I'm at right now, I don't need to work with people that I'm not going to enjoy working with. I want to work with clients that I would coach for free. I won't coach them for free because this is how I make a living. But I want to work with clients that I would coach for free. That's the goal, is I want to work with people that I would coach for free, even though I won't, but I want to work with people that I would. So that was the thing for me. It was just like, it was crazy, because that was one of the things in my mind that I noticed, man, I'm getting old. I'm really getting old. I'm getting older when I just come out and say things like that. I just literally said, I don't care. I didn't ask you because I don't care what you like to eat. Because what you like to eat is what's gotten us on this call right now. So, yeah, that happened. And I guess I'm getting old, guys. But do you think I was wrong for what I said? And like I said, initially I felt bad about it, but it is what it is, because it was true. But do you feel that I was wrong about what I said? Let me know down below in the comments. And if this has not discouraged you from wanting, or at least inquiring about hiring me as your coach, I'd love to talk to you. Click the first link below in the description, fill out the form, and the two of us will figure out what we need to do to get you from where you're at to where you want to be.